Hello and welcome to the Crypto Jungle. My name is Baloo, and here on the channel I try to keep crypto simple. There is a lot of garbage out there. In my opinion, 95% of these projects are pure vaporware. So trying to navigate the crypto space can be quite a difficult task. So if you're new to cryptocurrency and you're wanting an unbiased and neutral approach to the markets, we focus on solid technical setups using TA. We focus on fundamental demand characteristics, a lot of garbage out there just focusing on supply, and we teach the Wyckoff method. So if you're new to this channel and you would like to learn more, hit the subscribe button. Produce new content 3 days a week. So in today's video, I want to talk about AXS. AXS token is on an absolute tear. This is the governance token for the Axie Infinity ecosystem. For those who are unfamiliar with what Axie Infinity is, it is a play to earn game on the Ethereum blockchain. Well, I guess it's on the Ronin blockchain, but it originally launched on the Ethereum blockchain. It is an Ethereum based NFT gaming system, and it is one of the most valuable NFT projects in the space right now. So if you are wondering, which game you should get involved with, which NFT project you think has a lot of value, I would definitely go check out Axie Infinity. But we're going to focus on the actual governance token today, which has been on an absolute tear. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and take a look at the governance token of Axie Infinity right here. So if you are in my VIP group, my VIP members group, we did do a call out on this coin right at around $6. Originally started bringing it to my group's attention right at around $5.25, and it's been on an absolute tear ever since. Basically, from the point of that call, we are currently up 150% in a week. Okay, so first of all, this kind of growth is not sustainable. This is kind of just a mad dash as a result of the breeding fees for the Axie Infinity ecosystem going up. In Axie Infinity, you can take two Axies and you can breed them. The cost to breed used to be 2 AXS plus another cryptocurrency called SLP, which we will touch on in a second. And they've now doubled that to 4 AXS. The reason behind the doubling was just to kind of throttle back the new supply of Axies entering the marketplace, as there was a huge volume of supply entering the market. If there's too much supply and not enough demand, you can threaten the ecosystem with a little bit of a crash. So kudos to the developers over at Axie Infinity who are pulling on the levers of supply and demand to try and control and keep a fair marketplace where people can earn and people can play this game and find somewhat of a decent value inside of this ecosystem, although I think the Axies are getting a little bit overvalued. Now, next steps, where are we right now? Where can this go to? So shout out to one of my VIP members, Christian, who had a point and figure chart on this one that got us somewhere around $13 to $16. Now, $16 I think might be pushing it, but at the time of this video, by the time you're seeing this video, we could get to $16. I think $16 will be the absolute peak. It might be a little bit of a wick, but when you're dealing with an asset that has this much strength and this much follow through, it's not really your place to get in the way of that. So a lot of strength here, a lot of follow through, but we do have to conclude at some point the moving averages are seeing quite a divergence. We do need to kind of come back down to reality. So what would some of the support levels that I would be paying attention to be on this chart? So basically, the worst case scenario, let's just start down here. You know what, let me just get rid of a lot of these drawings because they're no longer relevant. But this large down bar right here, anytime you see a large down bar or a large up bar, it's usually an area of interest that you want to pay attention to, whether it is an area of support or resistance. So in this case, this was clearly a level of support because once we broke through that, we fell quite considerably. And it also offered an area of resistance that we can see back here. That was also the point at which Axie really took off. So worst case scenario, we're looking at a retracement back down to somewhere around $6.75, somewhere in that area. I think given the strength of this asset and given the intrinsic value of the demand characteristics, that might be a little overly bearish. But we can take a look at some of these other areas. Sorry, I've got a little bit of a tickle in my throat. Turns out that tickle, by the way, for those wondering, was COVID. So it's part of my Bali welcome package. I did test positive for COVID-19. Don't want anybody to freak out or anything. I'm totally fine. Very mild case, but yes, no reason to not continue to produce content for you guys. It was very, very mild, and I'm pretty much on the mend, just a little bit of a tickle remaining in the throat. So the next area of interest for me, also an area of supply where we kind of got our first trim signal on our indicator, was at around 835, 840. So that could be an area of interest. I think that that's probably where I would be looking, because if we take this back and just drag it and look for confluence, you can see it offered a lot of resistance here, tons of resistance. We did get above it, offered a little bit of support, and then we did fall back down. So if I was a betting man, I would say that the retracement inside of Axie Infinity would come back down to this level. Now, if this, where we are today on this asset, does confirm as the top, you can then do what's called a fib retracement. Now, fib retracements, take them with a grain of salt. I don't use them solely by themselves, but I do like to use them in conjunction with confirming support levels. So we don't have a top yet. You don't have a top until it starts to curl back down. We're not curling back down, but let's just say this was a top. I'm going to just, for entertainment purposes here, take a measurement here. By the way, nothing on this channel is financial advice. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, we would be looking for a retracement back to the 382, or we've got a nice confluence with the 0.5. 0.5 on a liquid asset on a smaller altcoin that is performing well. A 50% retracement is kind of very typical. So I would be looking in that area somewhere around $8.25. Even as low as $8 would be a fantastic area to scoop some more up. I did kind of buy quite a bit when we were down here, just to kind of cover my costs. So, I am also a scholarship manager. I have a plan. I have a roadmap for how I want to breed my Axies and how many Axies I want to end up with once my scholarship program ends and I cap myself out. So when the price doubled, I needed to go and get more AXS tokens. So it was kind of more so a move out of necessity. It had a technical setup, but now that we're seeing the health in the governance token, I wouldn't mind getting into a little bit more of a juicy trade. So I'll be looking out for that. And if you are wanting to follow along with this, you can join the VIP group. Links down below. We teach you the Wyckoff method. We teach you some moving average strategies. We teach you portfolio management. We teach you how to identify scams and how to identify value inside of the blockchain space. If you find yourself really struggling to determine why one project is considered valuable and one project has a lot of negative attention to it, or some people might even be calling it a scam, blockchain is a very new technology, and us in the group, we kind of pride ourselves in being able to help you, cut through the fat and see some of the projects for what they truly are, both on the technical side as well as the fundamentals. So if that's something that interests you, links down below. Use coupon code WELCOME for 50% off your first month. So that's $25 for your first month. That comes with 12 virtual classroom sessions. There is a virtual classroom 3 times a week, usually after my live streams, where we can do, class sessions where we can answer a lot of the questions that are really kind of tricking you up, whether it's strategy, whether it's fundamentals, whatever the case may be. Large community, really welcoming, and 24-hour community. ready to serve you. Wow, that was way longer of a pitch than I usually do. My apologies. Just kind of verbal diarrhea there. So Axie Infinity, man, it is looking very stable. I really like the economy. I really like the fundamentals of this project. I really like the follow through on the governance token. Let's take a look at the other cryptocurrency inside of this ecosystem, and that is SLP. So SLP, Smooth Love Potion, it's one of the 2 ingredients required for breeding inside of this ecosystem. You need SLP and you need AXS to breed. So both are kind of part of the game. When you play Axie Infinity, you earn SLP tokens. You don't earn AXS tokens, you earn SLP tokens. So the supply side is very different on SLP. Whereas with AXS, the intent is to invest in the ecosystem or, simply just purchase it for the purposes of breeding. There's less turnover. There's less people selling AXS. So its ability to go up, its ability to kind of appreciate and value as a representation of the success of the protocol and the success of the platform is more clear. Whereas with SLP, this is the currency of the ecosystem, so it's constantly being spent. The scholars receive their SLP, they go and they transfer it to Binance and they sell it into Ether or USDT or whatever the case may be. There is a constant selling pressure on the SLP side that does not exist on the AXS side. So take that into consideration whenever you are making any sort of financial decisions. If you're wondering, hey, should I buy SLP or should I buy AXS? If you're looking strictly in terms of an investment, I would recommend AXS over SLP because SLP is strictly the currency of the ecosystem. Shout out to my scholars though, who just got a little bit of a pay raise because when you guys all signed on with me, I believe SLP was at 12 cents. We are nearly at 19 cents. So you have got nearly a doubling in your earnings. So congratulations to any of the scholars out there who are making bank on this coin right now, making bank on this project. Really exciting to see how blockchain technology can be leveraged into the less advantaged parts of the world to offer true economy. The longevity is kind of a question mark. We don't know how long these projects will typically last. We don't know how popular this game will get before it stabilizes in price and the value of the digital assets themselves. But the fact that it is able to offer a living to people is really kind of something that I'm quite proud of as just an investor in blockchain, because this is kind of the end game here. This is what blockchain technology is about. It's about democratizing the internet. It's about democratizing the world. It's about providing opportunity without the regulation of borders and without the regulation of government and without oversight. If I want to offer a job to somebody in the Philippines, I have that ability now, and it's kind of without permission, which is very unique. So, it's very interesting to see this kind of stuff progress. So SLP kind of breaking out through the resistance. Maybe we get a retest back down to 16 cents. We're in a very healthy consolidation, we're in a very healthy range here. The fact that we had a squeeze and we're breaking to the upside is looking really good. If we can continue to move to the upside, again, I don't look at SLP as much of an investment, but I do think that if we get above 25 cents, we may continue to higher levels. Personally, I don't really want to see that. I would prefer to see SLP remain stable. I don't want to see it become a volatile asset, but the order book decides the price. So if the traders are going to mark it up, the traders are going to mark it up. If they're going to mark it down, they're going to mark it down. So if you are one of my scholars and you're getting excited with the price increase, please don't make plans on the price increase. Be conservative with any of your budgeting, be conservative of any of your plans, because these prices will fluctuate. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Thank you. Bitcoin dominance is an interesting chart that I want to take a look at. So Bitcoin dominance is just starting to kind of curl down. We had this higher high, higher low structure right here. So low, high, higher low, We were unable to make a higher high. It looks like we're curling back down, breaking below this low right here. If we can continue past this low on a daily close, I think that that would be kind of a short-term move, probably down to this floor right here. We'll have to see, but these small increment changes inside of the Bitcoin dominance can have profound effects on the altcoin space. We are seeing a lot of altcoins start to kind of pop off a little bit. I don't have time to go into those right now, but yeah, we're going to see kind of, you know, some of these alts potentially get their turnaround. We've been waiting for this turnaround. Bitcoin's been waiting for the turnaround. Ethereum's been waiting for the turnaround. I don't think that this bull market is over, but the technicals are still kind of on the bearish side, so you do have to proceed with caution. Anyways, that is all the time I have for today. If you guys enjoyed this content, please leave it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if there are any projects that you would like me to take a look at, leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, please trade safe. It is a jungle out there.